Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Erica here from the Little Iguanas Children's Safety Foundation for another tip of the week. It feels like summer just started, but here we are. School supplies are popping up everywhere. And for many families, the first day of school is right around the corner. So today we're going to be talking about an important topic that is going to get our kids ready to ride the bus or carpool to school. So we're going to be talking about distracting the driver and wearing your seatbelt. Back to school season means early mornings and car rides and bus rides. And sometimes there's a whole lot of chaos before 8 a.m. So it's really important that we talk about these rules before we're hopping in the car before the sun comes up. And, some of us maybe don't have enough sleep or enough coffee in us yet. So let's talk about these rules before we're throwing our backpack in the back seat and hopping in for our school day. So whether your child is going to be riding with you or another parent in a carpool or on the school bus, we are going to be talking about never distracting the driver and always wearing your seatbelt or sitting safely while on the bus. So it might seem simple, but even kids, all of us need reminders. And if we set clear expectations, this will be a habit and will become automatic. And that is super important for our safety. So for the driver, whether that's you or it's a fellow carpool parent or the bus driver, you have one job: focus on the road. So when kids are arguing and yelling or trying to show you something from the back seat, that focus, it can disappear in just an instant. So we want to talk to our kids about what it means to be a safe passenger before we're getting in the car. Use quiet voices. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't throw things or climb out of your seat. If you need something, you're going to wait for a safe time to ask, like when the car is stopped. So if you give them clear rules and clear habits that they can follow and they can form, and then positive reinforcement when those rules are followed, this is going to be great. They're going to grow with this into adulthood. And we're going to talk about always buckling our seatbelt. Every ride, it doesn't matter if we're going near or far, 2 miles or 20 miles. We know that seatbelts save lives and they keep us safe. So before the car starts to move, we need to teach our children, is everybody buckled up? Did everyone hear that click before the car can start to move? So it's going to be a group responsibility. Even older kids can benefit from being part of that check-in moment. So we're going to remind them that if we went too quick, we went too quick if we didn't hear the click. So the seatbelt buckle needs to be buckled before the car can start to move. The seatbelt goes across our chest, not behind our back, not under our arm, and we need to hear that click before the car can start to move. And we're not going to unbuckle our seatbelt until we're at our destination and the car has stopped. So even if your child rides the bus, there's still important things that we can talk about for being safe while on the bus. You can stay seated while the bus is moving. You need to face forward and keep your voice low so you're not distracting the driver and keeping everyone on the bus safe. We're not going to stand up or climb or reach across an aisle. We're always going to use our walking feet when we're getting on or off the bus. We're never going to run, and we're going to hold the handrail while we're coming down the steps or if we're climbing up the steps to get onto the bus. And we're always going to wait for the bus to come to a complete stop before we're getting out of our seat and we're getting off the bus or getting on the bus. Some buses even have seatbelts now, so that's something that you can talk about with your kiddo. And if they do have a seatbelt on the bus, it can be worn just like in the car, and it needs to be worn before the bus can start to move. So some of you may still be in summer mode. Some of you are already prepping for school time routine. Either way, now is the time to start talking about these lessons so that they can be habits. What do we do before the car can move? We need to put our seatbelts on. Why is it important to stay quiet while the driver is driving? what do we do every time we get in the car? We have to put our seatbelt on. So we're going to make it light. We're going to make it a game. We're going to create even a safe rider checklist for our car. The car can't move until everyone has their seatbelt on, whether that's mom or dad or the driver or any kiddo in the car. Everyone needs to have their seatbelt on. So this week you can watch our fun skit from our Lil Iguana Live program on YouTube, and you can see with your child what happens when we distract the driver or when we don't wear our seatbelt. And it's a fun way to start the conversation and for your kiddos to understand the why, because that's super important. Why do we have to wear our seatbelt? Why are we not distracting the driver? Then they'll understand the importance of it. So resources we have for you, that video on YouTube. We have checklists and interactive lesson activities and worksheets and workbooks that all relate to the lessons of buckle up and not distracting the driver. So you can listen to educational music. You can stream our songs anywhere you stream your music. And that is a great starting point as well. Great for the home or for the classrooms. If we have educators that are watching with us today or catching the replay, you can stream all of Lil Iguana's educational music right in your classroom anytime. So thank you so much for tuning in for another tip of the week. The ride to school may feel chaotic, but it's important that we always put our seatbelt on and we are responsible and respectful for the riders and the drivers so that, our day and our school day can start off on the right foot. We will see you next Tuesday for another tip of the week. I hope you have a great week.